Hello there, good evening to Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Championship here in Bamlapitiya today. St. Peter's College taking on Wesley College. Well, definitely this is going to be a nail-biter. And, well, looking at St. Peter's playing the way they did against Royal as well as St. Thomas's, definitely they have the home ground advantage, as well as the form that Wesley showed against Wesley is going to be very threatening as well. So it's definitely going to be a nail-biter. So that's for sure. And in the meantime, there are plenty of games taking place today. Trinity taking on St. Anthony's down in Kandy. Royal versus Isipatana is going to be shown live on puffray.com. And also, Science College taking on St. Thomas's Mount Lavinia. Another deciding game. Well, there's no rivalry, but in the recent past, it has been a rivalry between those two teams because of the hometown. There you go. So that's the story so far. And we have the teams lined up. You can see both the teams warmed up short while ago and they are ready to come out. And it's a wonderful afternoon for any sport, not only rugby. The ground condition is fantastic. It's all nice and green, and also it's very dry, and but not that hard. So that's the beauty of it. Well, St. Peter's taking on Wesley coming up in a short while. So as the teams are getting ready, and in a short while the kickoff will start. So until then, we're going in for a short commercial break. Once we're back, we'll be bringing you the live action from Bamlapitiya. St. Peter's taking on Wesley College.
Michael Jackson burlesque movie. Malvane na sanga. Naval bitiye yureni be. Say the what they give up money. Endarango pila. Pura sexarala. Loke matende the video. Yapanaye Rajnikant, Yapanaye Rajnikant. Kottave Shahrukh Khan, Loke engala vila, Loke na visibila, Loke matende the video play. Lankave ona mathanakainda, Ape Loke video Loke na visibela.
Sri Lankave Vegavat Kale Samaga video Loke Risise Sarisara.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialogue, the #1 choice of the people. Dialogue, the future today.
Sawadee-ka! Can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you know use dialogue data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah, unlimited same massage you want.
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with dialogue roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here? What's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1 for 1 plan from Dialogue. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging, and a flat rate to any network.
Dialogue 1 for 1 prepaid plan. Dialogue, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialogue roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialogue roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network. Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialogue roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialogue. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialogue, the future today.
Here we are, can I get a data SIM? Bah. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card?
Sports type kara asudakaya asudakata SMS karanna. Dialogue within my TV. Anakate adai. Kuhe giyat, kotana hitiyat. Sri Lanka pile Engalanta sanchari.
Hello there, welcome back and welcome to the ThePapare live webcast of St. Peter's taking on Wesley College here in Bumblapitiya. ThePapare.com is Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, delivering sports in all different levels. Well, there you go. That's the story. So St. Peter's, both the teams warmed up short while ago and ready to take on the field. Well, coming after 2 defeats back-to-back, but having played a wonderful game, and this is being played at their home ground, so they have the home advantage. But on the other hand, Wesley, yes, they are up for a fight as well. The way they played against Science College is brilliant, but unfortunately the result was not in their favor. But here today they have a chance, and definitely they're going to produce what they're capable of. Well, let's take a look at the team cards. Look at that. St. Peter's Clyde, Danish Disanayaka, Ravi Nyapa, J.S. Rodrigo, Rahul Delpachitra, S.A. Nanekar, Narendra Pereira, Shehan Gurusingh, and D.S. Diseram, who's going to control the ball as number 8. And also the link-up player will be Avishka Heenpalla, a key player to watch. He had a fantastic game. Ashen Dimel and also B.L. Mendes. Sivraj Stephen is another man to keep an eye on. Well, he's been kicking fantastically throughout the season, so let's see what he's capable of doing in his home grounds. And Takshina Nonis, Dekshana Disanayaka, and Sandesh Jai Vikrama. Well, the surprise omitting at the moment is Diet Fernando. So let's see. The coach must be having some plans, and well, probably he might chip in the second half. Well, there you go. So that's the lineup. So let's take a look at Wesley College. So there you go, that's the Wesley lineup. Zain Saber, Shehan Javardhana, Avishka Jaivira, Deshan.
Looking at a thrilling game at our hands. Wesley taking on St. Peter's. Murshid Zubair to kick off the game. And we see him going quite deep.
Well, Pate's in trouble, didn't cleanly collect the kickoff, so therefore chance for Wesley driving forward, taking that opportunity. Well, it is something good that they have to do, but does it look like a turnover ball? No, still Wesley retained possession.
So good early opportunity for Wesley to attack right from the word go, at the cost of a mistake by the St. Peter's. And we see Wesley on the attack. So early opportunity for Wesley to put us on boards on the...
Well, with the wise decision would be going for 3 points, but on the other hand, still time is in hand, and therefore, well, it's quite funny. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that is Asanka Hashan.
Number 9, Abhishka Lee to take the 3 points.
Well, he was opting to go for touch, but suddenly referee changed the mind and referee called in for the goal kick. So therefore, let's wait and see. So that's something interesting. So there you go. Early opportunity for Wesley. Been rewarded with the drive they had. Fantastic start. Not even 2 minutes on the clock. Just a minute and a half. With the kickoff, driving forward, winning that penalty. It's very much kickable distance. Beautiful execution. Yes, had the distance but not the direction. Opportunity missed.
Clifford Wesley needs to capitalize on these opportunities. Early points really going to count as they take St. Peter's, who tend to come back and tend to have a very strong game towards as they get their game right. So Wesley missing out on a good opportunity, but they will very be keen on attacking right from the, and we see number 10 collecting the ball very cleanly, and a good run by number 13 showing what he's capable of. Very good stepping, and he's just well over the line and scores the first try for Wesley. Wesley number 13, the center, one of the Lee brothers, doing very well, showing him what he is capable of. Very good side stepping skill, and he collects the first points for Wesley.
Well, Awad Ali, what a finish there. Just restart collecting that kick, and well, in fact it was collected by Sabir, but then again it was a beautiful offload. And this young lad, Awant Ali, doesn't make much mistake, saw that space, and he had the pace, so he just penetrated. And there you go, his brother coming back again. It's more or less the same spot, so let's see this time whether they can make it. So it's definitely they're not going to regret for missing that penalty, but they made amendments very soon. So 5-0 in favor of Wesley, and St. Peter's trailing at their home grounds.
So Lee gifted with another opportunity to make amends for his first mistake. So let's see how he makes amends for the first kick that he missed. Shows a lot of concentration, this young lad. And this time he successfully boots it over. So Wesley takes the early lead. Just 3 minutes into the game, 7 points to nothing, and Wesley takes the lead.
Well, there you go. So the Lee brothers combining together and putting pressure on Peters College. 7 points. 5 by a brother, 2 by another brother. So 7-0 at the moment. And Peters trailing. So they have to come back. Well, still early stages. They can't let go of this. And, well, having said that, they have produced some brilliant performance. And they have to come back very strongly. So the young Diet Fernando puts the ball, well, in fact, Jai Vikrama puts the ball up in the air.
So Wesley attacking through their forwards early in the game. You see Captain Zayan Zaba taking up the ball to the line, gaining a few good yards. Zubair goes to the box kick.
Well, this young lad, Diet Fernando, well, he's a player to watch. I thought he's not starting, but again, like if you look at the lineup, yes, he is there. So he's a very key, important player. And this time, Peters breaking free. Notice. Didn't have much luck. He didn't have support, but his offload was very much off the air. So therefore, opportunity missed for St. Peter's, but good defensive play there by Wesley. They just managed to stop that run by Nonis. Beautifully done. Diet Fernando collecting that. Well, Joel, you have to keep an eye on this guy, the fullback who's playing for St. Peter's, number 13. Well, he's the usual position is center, but for the last 2 games, he's been asked to play in fullback, and he produced. He had 2 brilliant tries against Royal, and last week he scored against St. Thomas's, and he's a player to watch, and he's got pace, and probably he might play next year as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Clifford, I think Wesley should have done their homework by now and know that this number 15, number 13, who's rather playing at fullback, can be quite dangerous. So maybe the kicking option is not the safest. So they will try to keep the ball in hand a little and not let this danger man give too many opportunities to him.
Well, playing for Wesley, and probably I'm sure you would have watched most of the games this season as well. So what is the worrying factor for you when it comes to Wesley Rugby this year in terms of playing style?
I think Wesley tends to play a little too much with their backs. They have a lot of power in their forwards, a few good bulky forwards who could make those extra yards, but they tend to sometimes play 2-3 phases and to take the ball out wide very quickly. So that might not be the ideal, but today may be a little game change of plans, but the conditions are very dry, so it could give an opportunity for Wesley 3/4 to run, as we saw in the first phase, where one of the Lee brothers scored a very beautiful try showing what the 3/4 are capable of. So maybe Clifford this time today as well they will try to run it wide, but here we see a good opportunity for St. Peter's to bounce back.
Well, great analysis there, but this time Wesley conceding a penalty, and this is going to be Sivraj Steven.
Sivraj Steven, a very talented player.
So far he is the leading point scorer for St. Peter's College. He has done brilliantly with his boot so far, but for the last 2 games he's been a little bit quiet. Chance for them. Nice kick. Nicely taken, but didn't have the direction.
So So good opportunity missed by St. Peter's. 7-3 given with 7 minutes to go, they would have taken it, but unfortunately Steven Sivaraj not being able to make that. So Wesley will take the 22-meter restart.
So chance for St. Peter's to keep the pressure up Wesley. So they are in the, well, you can call it the red zone, but the ball has to come out. But then again, still St. Peter's will have possession.
A deep kick by Murshid Zubair. Avishka Heenpal getting back, and Sandesh Jayavikrama will now try to clear his lines. And that's bad judgment by Wesley number 1. He should have called the ball, or he should have made his positioning right, but that's a bad positioning, and that will give St. Peter's the line out.
So not many yards gained there by St. Peter's, but still something decent. But referee noticed that knock forward. Well, in fact, it was Saber who was trying to collect that ball, but unfortunately he just dropped it. Or rather, it's Vimukti, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was Vimukti. So chance for St. Peter's College to get out of jail. Well, free kick quickly taken there by Heenpala. Heenpala takes 1, 2 and refusing to go down. Again, still drives forward. Nicely defended there by Wesley. But again, Peters, they have the chance this time. Running across the field, not a good idea, and loses the ball completely. And Delpa Chitra is the culprit at that moment. Turnover. Wesley has the ball. Secured. Referee says play on. Advantage over. Turnover again. Now this time St. Peter's.
Good turnover by the flank of St. Peter's. And Peters through their big forwards now trying to attack very close to the breakdown point. Avishka Heenpal works the ball out wide. Number 1 goes down. Well secured. And here we see one of the centers. And that's a costly error, Clifford. There was no communication between the two players. You see, he called a scissor pass, but that ended up in a drop ball. And Wesley now again they have the opportunity to go for a scrum and try to get out of their own half.
So it was Diet Fernando who picked up the ball. He's quite good in coming in between the loose balls and picking those balls and just doing a dash. And he's got fantastic footwork as well. He can sidestep beautifully.
So the first scrum not clean, and the referee gave a free kick rather to St. Peter's. Let's see how this goes. See the number 8 breaking off and given to the scrum half. The kick was charged down, so we see number 7 trying to attack and another drop ball. So we see St. Peter's clearly giving too many drop balls and Wesley getting opportunities, and now they try to attack wide through their forwards. Penalty says referee D. Nimal. I think there the St. Peter's player came off his feet.
Bit of messy play there by St. Peter's.
Clifford, I think St. Peter's seems to still have the early nerves. A lot of knock-ons, a lot of drop balls. So this is giving Wesley a good opportunity to get out of their own half, and a good clearing kick by Zubair.
Well, you're just into 10 minutes of the game and you're already under pressure, 7-0 down. So that definitely puts them under pressure. So they have to recover that 7 points and again go on to win this game. So if they have to win, if they really want to win, so that's the pressure we are talking about. So definitely they're trying to do things, and they're quite good in creating upsets in the first 10 to 15 minutes of every game. But again, the problem was with St. Peter's, what I've noticed over the last 2-3 games, where they didn't have sufficient game plan, or rather the second, third and the fourth phase was not coming out. In fact, from the second or third phase, they're trying to attack. So that is not really good rugby. They have to create some opportunities. Wait for that. So as we speak, well, there you go. That's a breakthrough run. Beautifully done, but brought down. Once again, Heenpal looking for support on his blind. Breaking free, this man, young lad. He's very strong, Guru Singh.
Good run by the number 1, and Heenpal is very quick to the breakdown. So we see here the St. Peter's forwards on attack. And referee calls for advantage.
Well, shouldn't have been the case, but lucky to get away with that. So good bit of play there, good momentum. They're building up momentum, St. Peter's. So it's going to be a threat for Wesley because they are already under pressure because they're within their 25-yard or rather 30-yard line. And the penalty this time, Sivraj once again opting to go for the post.
I think, Clifford, what we saw there was the continued play by the Peterites. The forwards taking on to contact and not going to the ground. So continue play, giving them a good opportunity. And at the cost of a penalty for Wesley, Steven Sivraj is getting his second opportunity to get some points on the board. And I think this is very important. If he gets these 3 points, St. Peter's will settle down a little and they will come to their game plan and what they have trained for all week.
Okay, 7-0 down. So can Sivraj can reduce the deficit to 4. Great opportunity for St. Peter's to get back into the game. Goes with his right foot. No, hits the upright.
Post. So Wesley will now try to clear their lines. So Steven Sivraj missing his second kick and referee Dinimal calls for a penalty. So this is a good opportunity. Wesley should count themselves lucky. 2 penalties gone. The score still remains at 7-0 and Zubair will now try to put the ball out and escape from their own territory.
So 2 out of 2 miss for St. Peter's. And I would say twice Wesley got out of jail on that equation. But conceding 2 penalties within their own half is very dangerous.
Clifford, how important is that these fly halves or whoever takes the kick gets these early points? Because now we see if those 2 penalties has gone, it would have been 1-point ball game. But now with 2 penalties missed, Wesley have a healthy lead of 7-0.
Well, definitely. So it's not only the early penalties. Each and every point is vital. We have seen many games being lost this season by 2 or 3 points. So each and every point is vital. But having already a deficit of 7 and missing 2 kicks, therefore you are missing your opportunities. So you have to work really hard. So early points or at any given point, whatever the points you any given time, whatever the points that you can collect, it's best you can collect. So going on to win the game is immaterial, but again, missing those opportunities and regretting later, that's something you have to think about. And as we speak, Impala collects it, many 3/4 on the right, mostly it's the forwards.
Wesley defense caught offside, so referee Dinimal has his hands off. So Pete Wright's playing on advantage, and Wesley will try to defend this. Good yards gained by Pete Wright, number 18. Impala to clear.
So once again, Peter's driving forward. And Hinpal, and this time to Disanaika sends it to Steven. Steven driving forward. Behind him it's Sairam for support. But once again stolen there by forwards. Then chance for St. Peter's. Makes no mistake. And Dasanaika scores. Beautiful execution.
St. Peter's right back in the game. Very good piece of hands. Very good attack, and Wesley on the other hand could not manage to defend that. So Tikshan Dasanaika takes 5 points for his team, and the score stands at 7-5 with the conversion to come.
Well, this is what you've been talking something about Wesley when they are not creating those phases. Now here we saw probably at least it's about like 10 to 12 phases because they were driving forward, getting the ball out, setting up that try beautifully, and on the left flank, if you actually see the finishing move there, and they were outnumbered Wesley. So that is something that Wesley have to take into notice.
I think, Clifford, what happens is St. Peter's forwards tend to draw in a lot of defenders. So Wesley not making their tackles one-on-one, so about 3 players drawn into that tackle, so that what creates it creates space outside for the backs to run. So that's what exactly happened. You saw a few good faces coming from the St. Peter's forwards which sucked in the defenders, and you saw the 3/4 having that opportunity to run out wide, and that's a good try finished off by Dasanaika.
So kick to come. It's going to be a challenging kick for Steven.
Quite difficult compared to the 2 earlier kicks he had.
But we have seen him doing it. He's quite capable of converting. So let's see whether it's going to be 7-all. 7-5. Still Peters leading. Good kick, has the distance but way off. So once again, no contribution from Stephen's boots.
I think Stephen has the power for the kick, but I think he lacks a little bit of direction. I think, Clifford, this is where that preparation week comes into play. What you do during from the Monday to the Friday is what counts. So Stephen missing 3 important kicks, which would have put St. Peter's to the lead. So Wesley, at the cost of the mistakes made by, or the kicks that were missed, Wesley leads 7 points to 5.
Restart. Good collection by St. Peter's, but no chance of beating Das. So good tackle there by Das from Wesley, but we're conceding a penalty. So chance for St. Peter's to gain some yardage.
So Sandesh Jaivikram will try to clear their lines and give a good attacking opportunity.
Well, decent kick, but didn't gain that much of yardage.
Clifford, this being the home ground of St. Peter's, would you expect their kickers to maybe do a little better? I mean, they know these conditions better than anyone. They have trained their kicks. So would you expect them to have that advantage going into the game?
Well, not only St. Peter's, even Wesley or any opponent who is coming into the game, when you're under pressure, you have to deliver. And they've been trained to that. So if they have not trained hard, relevant to whatever the conditions, especially in Colombo, it could be Campbell Park, or it could be Colombo 7 or Bumblebee. It doesn't make much difference. So even though it's an open space here, the breeze is not there. It doesn't make like playing in the racecourse. So there's something like it's a straightforward kick. But as we speak, once again, Peter's driving forward beautifully, setting that rock, and this time the wrong person coming in there. The Delpadush Chitra could have let it go, but again, can't complain. He gained some yardage, and Hinpala putting the ball back into Wesley territory, and this time
Omar Kutubdin
in trouble. He has to get out of jail. He has to release the ball,
and that's a penalty for St. Peter's. So we see a good kick followed by a good chase. I think that is what really matters. The kicks are only made as good as the chase. So we saw the Peter's three-quarters really going after that ball and putting Omar Kutubdin under tremendous pressure, and that is what gave them the opportunity. Just very close to the or rather the 22-meter line of Wesley. So good attacking opportunity for St. Peter's to gain the lead. So they will try to get a clear line out and attack from that point onwards.
Nice execution. Like Joel said, St. Peter's, they are so committed for their kicks. Chased it, hunt him down, brought him down, and won the penalty. 7-5. Wesley leading. Nicely taken there by
Good rolling maul coming from the St. Peter's forwards, showing a lot of power, and that's a very easy try. He just made it look very easy, didn't it, Clifford? Number 2 going over the try line.
Beautifully run there by Yapa. Nice collection there by Guru Singh, and beautifully formed rolling maul, and they just finished it in style. So Peters for the first time in lead. 5-7 is the score.
I think we see a momentum shift in the game. Basically, the first 10 minutes they looked very promising, but as time goes now, St. Peter's have seemed to settle down their game a little, understand the weakness of Wesley, and now they seem to be attacking and they take the lead with Stephen to take the conversion.
Wesley forwards a little bit disorganized on that occasion. Saw that maul coming towards them, but they didn't have many defenders around the maul. So when Peters were driving forward, pushing forward, shoving forward, they drew each and every defender on the way. So that's what happened this time. Stephen. And he makes no mistake. 2 points added. 12-7 is the score. Joel, what's your say?
I think Clifford now Wesley needs to really understand what happened there. Wesley had no say to very close to nothing to that the driving maul that came from St. Peter's. They seemed very powerful on that driving maul. So the forwards need to gather and they need to come up with a plan, because St. Peter's now more than often they will try this tactic. They will try to go for the line out because that seemed to be working for them.
So I guess Peters have found a way to break the Wesley defense. But on the other hand, Wesley, they have plenty of ammunition in their bags. But once again, this lad, Guru Singh, nicely collecting it and setting up that rock.
He goes for the box kick.
Puts it up once again. They're so committed for their kicks. Under pressure once again.
This is the second time, Clifford, I think St. Peter's have realized that the collection of the kicks are not that clean, because we see what St. Peter's do is when Avishka goes for that box kick, they seem the wing three quarters seem to be attacking the ball with their pace. So they are using their pace, they're using their wing three quarters to put pressure on these collectors, and we see a knock-on coming from the Wesley number 8, resulting in another scrum and another good opportunity for St. Peter's to attack.
Khitardin under pressure again. Couldn't hold on to the ball. Dropping it off. So knock forward. So scrum in favour of Wesley College. Heen Palla this time. (12-7) is the score. You're watching this live stream on ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. As we speak, nicely collected and it breaks free. Seram drives forward, brought down by Jaivira. Himpala sends it out, and this time Delpachitra joining the line, and Delpachitra breaking free. Can he go all the way? No, he's been knocked down. Good support play there by St. Peter's. And Rodrigo pushing it forward. Himpala sends it out to Delpachitra to the try scorer Ravi Napa. Can he go for number 2? No, he's been held down as well. Can't see the line that much, but good defensive play there by Wesley. Pushing forward, Wesley. This time St. Peter's.
Inching yard by yard. Avishka Heenpala just brought down just before the try line. So St. Peter's on the attack, trying to gain yards through their forwards, but Wesley showing good defense. And referee Dinimal calls for a penalty in favour of St. Peter's. So another good attacking opportunity, and I think the referee wants to have a word with the captain.
So beautiful momentum carried forward there by St. Peter's College. Driving forward. Well, Saba has been warned and conceding that penalty. So let's see whether St. Peter's going to go for... No, they're going to go for the short tap. And this time, once again, Ravi Nyapa taking that ball forward. Nicely setting up that ruck. He's got plenty of support. Second phase. No chance of completing it, but almost through. Wesley holding on to that defense. Beautiful.
Inching ever so close is St. Peter's. Just so close to the try line. Wesley defending with all they got. St. Peter's try, and they scored. They're through their forwards. I think this is a good reward for a lot of hard work, a lot of phases that was continuous play by St. Peter's. They kept attacking where they had their opportunity to go for the 3 points, but I think the captain saw the momentum on St. Peter's side, decided to go for that short kick, and it has paid off. So St. Peter's scores their third try. So Wesley on the back foot just as we approach the 25th minute of the game.
So nice execution there by St. Peter's. And beautiful combined play there by Guru Singh, Delpachitra, Nanekar, Pereira, as well as Hinpella, and Diseram coming in to support. And finally finishing that move off is once again Ravi Nyapa scoring his second try. So the St. Peter's forwards, they are on a mission. Wesley is finding it difficult to control the power against St. Peter's, or rather the power by St. Peter's, the forwards. But they have to come up with a game plan.
I think Clifford, the St. Peter's forwards are showing a lot of power and a lot of determination, just inching close to line, just face by face, very patient build-up. And I think Wesley defenders need to make their tackles. That is what being really costly for them. They do not tend to take. And here we see Stephen missing another important kick. So the score remains at 17-7 in favor of St. Peter. So clear change of momentum. Wesley, the first 10 minutes, having a good control lead in the game. But now, as we go, St. Peter's have realized that they have an advantage with their forward, so trying to keep it close, trying to use their forward as much as they can, and they have gained, and they have taken the lead 17 points to 7.
There you go, change of momentum. So my worry is Wesley has been quiet for the last 15 minutes because they didn't have much of the ball. So you have to keep possession, you have to win the ball, then only you can do anything you want in the field. Impala putting the ball up in the air but doesn't find touch. Well, referee calls back play. Seems like
an offside. So referee giving the captain to make the choice. Yes, and he takes a scrum where the ball was kicked. So I think these tries by St. Peter's came at the cost of Wesley knocking on the high ball. So that's where St. Peter's got the opportunity to attack. So now we see finally Wesley getting their hands on the ball. Good opportunity to attack just on the 22-meter line. So Wesley will go to the scrum. You can see their three-quarters spreading out wide. What will Wesley do here? Zubair feeds in.
Well, chance for Wesley breaking free. Then Zubair, he's been held back by Impala, forming a beautiful ruck and waiting for someone to clear it. Didn't have much support, but still.
So this time Wesley trying to attack through their forwards, keeping play close. The three quarters will be curious to get their will be nervous to get their balls to their hand, and here we see scrum half sending it to the fly half, number 13, the try scorer. He is brought down by his opposite number. So good defense by St. Peter's. Zion Zaba, the captain, tries to take on the line. Referee calls for a penalty. So Clifford, what do? They go for 3 points, 17-7 down, just 25 minutes of the game. What would your advice be to the Wesley? Would they go for the 3 points or try to put it to touch?
$17-7 is the score. So this is a chance definitely for Wesley to reduce the deficit. Sensible thinking. So either you're trying something now, or if not, you're going to miss it completely.
So if this goes over, the score will come to 17-10. That's just one try away. So I think sensible decision making by the captain to go for the 3 point. But it is vital that this kick goes over just by Avanta Lee.
So good passage of play there by Wesley the last 3 to 4 minutes. And makes no mistake, it's through. So 17-10 is the score, like Joel said. So it's one more try away. So they have to fight, they have to earn that try, and they have to work towards it. But I'm sure on the other hand, St. Peter's, they must be having some other ideas. So let's see the rest of the half, how it's going to roll out.
So the game coming into a little balance with 17-10.
So you're watching this live and exclusively on ThePapare.com's live webcast. ThePapare.com is Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, delivering sports in all different levels as we speak. St. Peter's, beautiful offload there. Nicely taken. Disanayaka going forward and setting up that ruck. This time it's pick and run by Delpachitra. Support coming in but not holding on to it.
I think again the problem came from the kickoff. Wesley not collecting the ball clean. Dias making a mistake there, which gave the opportunity to attacking St. Peter's player. And here we see St. Peter's taking that option of going for the touch. I think in the back of their mind, they are looking to do that driving maul, which was very successful in the first phase. So they will try to do that driving maul and score at this time.
Well, like I said, St. Peter's, they're so committed for their kicks. They chased even during the kickoff, and on the restart, definitely they were on the ball. So that's something you had to take note. So that gave them that advantage of winning the ball back and driving forward and winning the penalty. So this time, it's definitely looks like a set try for me. St. Peter's has the ball 5 yards away. 2-try scorer, Ravi Napa with the ball, throws in Guru Singh. Well, this time it's collected by Nanekara instead of Guru Singh.
Here comes the driving maul. How will Wesley defend it? And yes, we see the ball going down. And a knock-on call by the referee. So Wesley escaping that dangerous driving maul of St. Peter's. So now it's the opportunity to make good amends and a good scrum. And then then the fly half will try to clear his lines.
Yeah, the opportunity was missed. Too many hands in there. The rolling maul was not nicely set. So there were 2 fractions. So even the scrum half didn't know where the ball was. So knock forward. Chance for Wesley to get out of the red zone.
Pressure situations for Wesley. St. Peter's will give all they got. Wesley, on the other hand, just close to their try line, and that's a bad pass. So we see the center trying to gain a few yards just before they clear, but it's important that Wesley clears their line very soon, not try to play too much in their own half, and that's a good kick.
Cleanly collected there by Diaz Fernando. He's the player you have to watch. He's got steps. There you go. He's got pace as well. He did it several times. We have seen him doing it. And today, he's gaining so many yards. And beautiful run there. And this sets up beautifully for St. Peter's. Can they go for try number 4? Been held back. Delpa Chitra once again rescuing that ball and setting it up nicely. And Steven sending to Ravi Napa and Diaz Fernando. Fernando cuts it back in and sends it. Seram doesn't collect it cleanly. So chance for Wesley once again to get out of jail.
Yes, interesting passage of play by St. Peter. You saw their forwards passing the ball just out wide. So this time forwards not taking the contact. They tried to pass the ball just to their next man, and they created an overlap. But however, the player Peterite player couldn't manage to hold the ball. So a good opportunity missed for St. Peter's, and another good opportunity for Wesley to get out of jail.
2 opportunities there created by Diaz Fernando, the young lad who's playing as a fullback, but he often comes and joins in with the 3/4 each and every time the ball is working in front. So chance for St. Peter's to have some additional numbers and outnumber their opposition. But on the other hand, Wesley this time, can they really get out of jail? They have to do something nice and clean to gain some yardage and get out of that area.
A good break by Diaz, the number 8. So this is what we were talking about. So good yards made by the number 8.
Well, that's Sashiko Fernando who's going forward, but this time putting the ball up in the air, not a clean collection. Well, this time Wesley, they are so committed for their kicks. Lee coming forward and charging, didn't give much space or time for the Peterite player. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's Disanaika who couldn't collect the ball cleanly. So that's good bit of play there by Wesley, putting the Peterites under pressure. You can't write anything off. It's 17-10. It's just only a try away. So there's plenty of opportunity and time for Wesley to get back into this game.
In fact, Clifford, this game is very much in balance till 17 points to 10. But I think St. Peter's having a little bit of momentum at the moment. But now Wesley trying to turn things around. A good kick followed up by a good chase. And Wesley have the opportunity to attack just on the 50-meter line. As we see Murshid Zubair feeding in the ball. Sends it out wide to the fly half. And a good ball and a good run by number 13, Avishka Lee.
Well, this time once again.
So we see Omar Kutubdin joining the line. Good run by number 6. Zubair to Avant Ali, and he puts a little kick just behind the trigger, but has he overcooked it?
Well, good thinking. Good bit of play there by Wesley, and Lee putting that kick across the field, opting to go, or rather expecting his three quarters to chase that ball, because he knows Diet Fernando, who's playing at fullback, and also you do have Javikram and Ratnayaka along with Disanayak on the three quarters of St. Peter's, and they are fast and they are powerful and they have the height and the pace. So therefore you have to instead of overrun them, just put the kick and chase. Sensible thinking and good play there by Lee, but unfortunately it didn't. The three quarters couldn't reach, but still it ended up with a good kick. But on the other hand, Peters collecting it cleanly, and this time it's Guru Singh setting it up nicely, and I'm sure Heen Palla is going to go for, but in the meantime it seems to be a free run.
So St. Peter's forwards showing what they are capable of, followed by a good kick by Avantali, but now St. Peter's get the advantage, and he sends out wide to the fly half, and Sandesh Jaivikrama boots the ball. A very good kick and well collected by number 14 Dinil Ranavira. And you see a dangerous tackle coming from the St. Peter's player.
Well. He shouldn't have been there. So good sportsmanship there by Wesley.
Both schools showing a lot of class, respecting their opponent, and this is what we want to see in the game of rugby. So change of decision by the referee followed up by a dangerous tackle. The player cannot be turned above the 90-degree angle. So I think Wesley gets an opportunity to put the ball into touch.
Well, he just did a Bilal Hassan. So 17-10. So chance for Wesley to penetrate forward. So pushing it forward, and they have the throw in. Well, social media, www.thepapare.com is available in all major social media platforms, and thepapare.com are the 24/7 news hub targeting national and international sports. Well, catch papare.com on facebook.com, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, as well as SoundCloud. The photographs and videos published on the papare.com page, well, Facebook page, are available for purchase at reasonable rates. For more info, please email info@thepapare.com. Well, as we speak, St. Peter's striving forward, breaking free. Not a good bit of play there by Sivraj Stephen, who's trying to collect that ball on the run, just like a baseball player who usually wears the gloves, massive glove to collect a ball when he's on the run. But here he was not wearing the gloves.
I think the sensible option would have been for Stephen to put the ball to boot, because he was trying to collect it with the pressure coming from the defense. So if he had put it to boot, it would have been a chase to the line. But that came at the cost of a very poor pass by Zubair that went onto the fly half, which he could not collect cleanly. But again, Wesley will still have the opportunity just on a scrum opportunity for Wesley.
So as we speak, Wesley with the put in.
Good shove coming by the Pete right forwards, and they turn the ball over, and a good attacking run by the Peters number 8.
So that was actually Pereira who was taking that ball forward, and Heen Palla sending it out, and this time it's Guru Singh. He has been a constant performer so far in this game. Beautifully involved in all other plays there for Delpachitra, another man. As we speak, Ratnayaka driving forward, he goes down. Nice run, good combination between Delpachitra and Ratnayaka. Delpachitra being a forward, but coming in for support play and drawing up two defenders, and beautiful offload. And Ratnayaka, unfortunate for him to finish that move off, but good defense there by Wesley as well.
I think SD Guru Singh is a real powerhouse, isn't he, Clifford? He made a few good yards just from the kickoff to up to now. He have made a good runs, and here we see.
Well, there you go. So that's the half time. 17-10 is the score. St. Peter's College leading. The story so far is Wesley scored their first try 7-0 within the second minute, and from there Peters came back with 3 tries, and out of 3 Ravi Nyapa scoring 2. Well, there you go. So that's the story so far. 17-10. We are going in for halftime. Once we are back, we'll be bringing you the rest of the half live and exclusively on ThePapare.com. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.
කොහේ ගියත් කොතැන හිටියත් ශ්‍රී ලංකා පිලේ එංගලන්ත සංචාරයේ උණුසුම් අවස්ථා ඔබේ මොබයිල් එකෙන් සජීවීව ඩයලොග් මයි ටීවී වෙතින්ම පමණයි. ඩේටා කාස්තුවක් නොමැතිව දවසටම රුපියල් 333ක් වැනි සුළු මුදලකට ඇති තරම් නරඹන්න. ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ටයිප් කර 82.82ට SMS කරන්න. ඩයලොග් වෙතින් මයි ටීවී අනාගතය ආදයි. කොහේ ගියත් කොතැන හිටියත් ශ්‍රී ලංකා
Michael Jackson burlesque movie. Naval pitiye yureni me Seda vattelege Bob Marley Ennarango vila Lopura sexarala Loke matende do video Yapanaye Rajnikant Yapanaye Rajnikant Kottave Shahrukh Khan Kottave Shahrukh Khan Loke engala vila Loke visibila Loke matende do video play ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉඳන් අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත් ජාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.
Sri Lanka is now connected to the globe like never before. The 100G Plus Bay of Bengal Gateway Submarine Fiber Optic Cable now delivers the single largest infusion of global bandwidth to Sri Lanka at a capacity of 6.4 terabits per second. This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network. Delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialogue, the #1 choice of the people. Dialogue, the future today.
Sawadika! Can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use dialogue data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah, unlimited same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialogue Roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need. Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1 for 1 plan from Dialogue. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialogue, 1 for 1 prepaid plan. Dialogue, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialogue roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialogue Roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network.
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialogue Roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialogue. Saying everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS, and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialogue, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Meh. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use Dialogue Data Roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day?
Data unlimited, my patience isn't. Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialogue Roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching. Every step you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialogue, the #1 choice of the people. Dialogue, the future today.
Sawadee-ka! Can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialogue Data Roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialogue Roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need. Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1-for-1 plan from Dialogue. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging, and a flat rate to any network.
Dialogue, 1-for-1 prepaid plan. Dialogue, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialogue roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get dialogue roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network. Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialogue roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a beautiful afternoon here at St. Peter's College grounds in Bumblebee. Peter's taking on Wesley College in the Inter-School Rugby Championship, and St. Peter's leading 17-10 at the halftime. We are watching all these live and exclusively on ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's sports hub, number one sports hub, and you don't get to see these games anywhere else, I can guarantee you that. Well, Diat Fernando, well, in fact, it's Jai Vikrama with the ball. And Joel, what do you think the second half and how is he going to roll out?
I think it's very important both teams try to gain points just from the word go, and as we see the straight right number 15 Sandesh Jayavikram putting the ball deep and well secured at the breakdown point. And here we see a good run from the Wesley number 16 Dennis Tagunatilaka on the run, offloaded to Zubair. And a very nice side step by Dinner Ranavira to Avishka Jayavikrama, who is well taken down.
Well, nice bit of play there by Wesley, nicely setting that ruck up, and still they have the position. This is what is important, to have the ball with them. And well, if you look at the first half, the last 20 minutes, the ball was very much with St. Peter's. But here now, Wesley on the move.
I think it's very clear the instructions from the referee. Wesley is this time looking to keep the ball more in their hand, running through their three quarters and just bundled into touch. Is it? No, play seems to continue, and St. Peter's have turned on the ball. So now it's St. Peter's opportunity to attack, as we see they're attacking through their forwards.
Well, Heen Pala sends it off, and this time Sivraj Steven not collecting it cleanly, knock forward. And referee's playing advantage. Wesley on the move. Nice kick. It's very intentional. Can he find touch? And he finds touch. Beautiful execution there by Wesley.
I think very sensible play by this number 10 Valpitage. I think he's a very young player, so he spotted the gap. So this is what Wesley needs to do. Not kick the ball to the dangerous Diat and Sandesh Jayavikrama, who form a very dangerous backline. So Wesley needs to kick to the spaces, and that is exactly what he did at that moment. And a very well spotted kick by Valpitage.
So Valpitage actually saw the Peters line was up, so he didn't see anybody at the back, so he didn't have much support on his left as well. So therefore opting to go for the kick. Sensible thinking, good bit of play there by Wesley College. And the double try scorer, Ravi Nyapa with the throw in. Let's see whether it's going to be Guru Singh or Nanekara. Knock forward.
So first knock forward by Wesley, second knock forward by St. Peter's. So St. Peter's will get the feet to the scrum. I think Wesley has changed their game plan a little, so we see Wesley trying to play a little territorial now. Initially they kept the ball in hand a little more, but with that kick that came from Valpitagama, it is clear that Wesley will try to spot the gaps just behind their back line and try to play a little bit territorial.
St. Peter's with the ball, so good opportunity for them to get out of their own half and gain some territory like they did most of the time in the first half. Well, it's collapsed. Referee says play on.
Very scrappy play and a good opportunity for Wesley. Awanta Lee breaks that tackle. Very good play, and ball handed over to Avishka Lee, his brother, just coming down very close to the try line. Wesley quick to the breakdown. The ball going back, but Deshan Vimukti on the attack. And here we see referee Dinimal calling for a penalty. So number 6 not staying on his feet. So that's a very cardinal error made by Mohammed Shibli, I suppose. He should have stayed on his feet. So gifting a very good opportunity just back to the hands of St. Peter's. So I think Wesley showing a lot of promise right from the word go in the second half, Clifford.
Well, there you go. They are with a game plan, on a mission, executing it nicely, but couple of errors, couldn't finish the move. So what they have to do is, Joel, when they build momentum like this, when they have these opportunities, they have to convert these opportunities and moves into points. That's what they have to concentrate now.
Very true, Clifford. That is what really matters in this game, converting the momentum, converting the pressure into points. So that is what Wesley failed to do at that occasion. They should have kept the ball in hand and should have tried to make points. But here we see St. Peter's gifted with an opportunity and a good throw by Ravin Yapa. But it's called not straight by the referee, and Wesley gifted with a good opportunity to attack early in the second half.
So we can see gradually Wesley piling up pressure on Peters. Nothing is over for St. Peter's. Still, they lead by only a try and a goal. So chance for Wesley to come back into this game. So back-to-back 3 good moves. And this is the third solid chance they have. And almost on the 22-yard mark. And ball in their hand.
So we see the coaching staff have given clear instructions on what needs to be changed. So second half with Wesley going into that break, coming off very strong. So the first few passage of play, Wesley showing a lot of promise, but St. Peter's on the other hand have still managed to keep Wesley scoreless apart from the opportunities Wesley had.
Well, Joel, both the teams, they're fighting it to keep that scrum straight and up. So that's been a concern. This time seems to be clean.
Yes, indeed, Clifford. As we see, Zubair clean to Walpitagay and Dennis Tagunatilaka, and a loop pass which was well read by Avishka Heenpalla. And now the ball little bit scrappy.
Well, once again chance for Wesley. Well, it was a drop ball. Well, it was actually a loose ball, not cleanly collected by Heenpalla. So therefore a little bit of messy play there by Peters. Once again conceding a scrum in favor of Wesley. So once again, it's a chance for Wesley, Joel.
Yes, Wesley trying one of their very promising moves, just going for a loop. The fly half and the center is trying a loop, but that was very well read by Avishka Heenpalla, who got in the middle of that loop and disrupted that play. But however, Wesley again had that opportunity of an attacking scrum, and Zubair feeds in as we see, and he works the blind side, and we see Omar Kutubdin coming out, joining the line, and that's good defense, and Omar tries to keep the ball in play, but however St. Peter's ends up with the ball, and now this will be the opportunity to get out of jail. And here we see Steven Sivaraj putting a very kick that could be very dangerous, and Omar Kutubdin decides to cut back in.
Well, he was the culprit of the previous occasion, just sending that ball off, but again this time he collects it cleanly, and this time Lee, can he go all the way? He's got pace.
Very good tackle coming from the St. Peter's centers. That was beautiful cover tackle. And referee Dinima indicating that it's a penalty to St. Peter's. So I think that was a very good passage of play. Zubair spotting the gap on the blind side, decides to take on the defense and puts Avishka Lee to space. But however, good cover tackle coming in. And St. Peter's gifted with the opportunity to escape from their own territory.
Well, I can see a little bit of energy from Wesley. They're up and running now. Well, latter stage of the first half, they were just completely a bunch of lost souls. But this time, now they are back in the game. This is what we love to see. 17-10 is the score. Wesley driving forward and putting St. Peter's under pressure. Nice work there by the three quarters combined with the forwards.
So Peters opting to go for the short line out. Just four players still in their own territory. Ball thrown in and well collected, and the scrum half throws a wide pass into the centers.
Poor offload there by Heenpalla, but still Sivaraj managed to collecting it, setting up that ruck. And this time once again Heenpalla to Sivaraj. Sivaraj sending it out, and no mistake by Dasanayaka. Dasanayaka driving forward, and this Idiot Fernando joining in, and it's an interception. No, it's a loose ball. Referee says play on, but still knock forward. Lee going in for that interception, couldn't hold on to that ball. Good line of defense there by Wesley.
Indeed, but here we saw a very good bit of footwork from Diaz Fernando. So it seems like every time Diaz Fernando gets the ball, he keeps his defenders confused. So the centers that rush up are always confused by his little sidestep. So that is something that Wesley will have to defend with a lot of intent and a lot of purpose.
17-9, 17-10 in fact. St. Peter's leading. And once again, a very good afternoon to you. If you're just joining us from home, you're watching this beautiful game between St. Peter's versus Wesley, live and exclusively on www.thepapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. Breaking free this time, Seram has been brought down, and Steven Sivraj sending it. It's a nice inside pass, but ball lost. And it's a free ball, both the players chasing.
So Dennis Gunathilaka reading that plan move very well. Steven Sivraj giving a little short pass to his inside center who came across, cutting the line, but Dennis read that move. And here we see Wesley gifted with an opportunity to throw the ball into the line out. So good bit of defense and as well as attack from both the teams. So I think now both teams have settled in to the second half, and now it's really vital that the first team who scores will take an advantage. St. Peter's scoring now would mean that they will put the game a little beyond difficult for Wesley, but Wesley will try to come back just the score and a good
turnover, beautifully taken there by Wesley College, and running forward, held back. Good defense there by St. Peter's, but Wesley not giving up, driving so strong. Turnover, Delpachutra stealing that ball off the Wesley defender, Wesley attacking player. Guru Singh doing that sweeper's job. Sivraj opting for options, and this time he finds Dasanayaka. Well, in fact, Dasanayaka, he's been brought down. Nice ruck forming up. Still St. Peter's has the ball.
Prop forward coming to clean up the ball. Havishka Heenpal tries a little cheeky run, and he makes a good few yards. Avishka Heenpal, he's still going.
Peters driving forward very strongly. Steven Sivraj looking for Yapa. Yapa takes one. He goes down, setting up that rock. Peters on a move. Once again. This time Pereira. Pereira goes down. Heenpal coming in to clear that up. He looks and he finds Yapa. Yapa takes one. Yapa has been brought down. Remember, he has scored two powerful drives there. He scored out of it. And this time Rodrigo refusing to go down. Nicely taken. Trying to cut back in St. Peter's. No chance. Heenpala, is he through? He's through for try number 4 for St. Peter's. Beautifully deceiving that Wesley defense. Scores try number 4, 22-10. Joe?
This is the second time Heenpal spotted that gap at the breakdown. So Wesley have not seemed to cover that gap they have from at the breakdown point. So Heenpal very well spotted that. And the first time he made a few good yards, and this time he ends up at the try line. So St. Peter's taking a good comfortable lead, 22 points to 10 with the conversion to come, and quite an easy conversion. So we would assume that this would go on, and we are looking at a 24-10 point lead to St. Peter's.
Well, it was an attacking ball, and Dias had the ball for Wesley, but it was it was turned over by Delpachitra, stole it from the hands of Dias, and from there it's setting it up, and we saw several phases, and that put the Wesley defense a little bit disorganized. Well, there you go, 2 points coming in, 24-10, Wesley College. Where do you think they're going to go from now onwards? What should be the game plan for Wesley?
I think Clifford Wesley needs to attack right now, because they have been down. Now they are down to 24 points to 10. So another score from St. Peter's will really be the nail in the coffin. So now, but I would say still we got enough time to play, but it's Wesley's opportunity and Wesley's chance to score now if they are to come back to this game.
Well, there goes Saba with the ball. Restart, 24-10. St. Peter's leading. Well, actually Zubair with the ball. Actually, Wesley had a good start. 7-0. But this time, St. Peter's, they're roaring back into the game. And this is what I've been talking about. They're so committed for their kicks. And they won the ball back. Beautifully done. Loose ball, referee says play on turnover.
Good turnover coming from the Wesley lads. Avishkali to Dennis to Gunathilaka. Well secured ball. Zayan Zaber.
Nicely set up ruck there by Wesley. Once again, Lee sending it out and he's looking for support on his right. And plenty of support arriving. That's good bit of play there by Wesley. Well, most important thing is they have the ball. They are setting up so many faces. They have to do this in order to drill this Peters defense. But putting the ball into no man's land, but doesn't help them. It's a foot race now. Kick and chase. Lee versus Fernando. Two powerful three-quarters.
I think he should have tried to pick the ball. The second option of kicking did not seem to pay off. The kick was kicked a little too deep. But good promising play from the Wesleyites. So St. Peter's gifted with another opportunity to race up from 22-meter line, and they go quick. Wesley could be caught napping here a little. Yes, we see Avanta Lee not being ready for that kickoff, and Sandesh Jaivikrama, who very well spotted that gap right behind, puts Wesley right back into their own half. So very good play by Sandesh Jaivikrama, and Avanta Lee had to be a little more alert on that. He was not facing the ball, so good, well spotted by Sandesh Jaivikrama, and now Wesley go back right into their own half.
Well, I guess on that occasion, the whole Wesley's team caught, well, actually, like, they caught sleeping. So there you go. It's chance for them to regroup. Yes, they won the line out. There you go. So it's time to set it up nicely. But is it going to be a turnover ball? He has to bring that ball down and set it up along with his forwards. But
so knock on, says referee Dean Imal, and St. Peter's with the opportunities freed into the scrum.
Once again, the keen collection of that line out and failing to set it up. So that's going to cost them 24-10. They're already down by 14 points. They have to score twice. So you can see all the pictures are published on ThePapare.com website, the full the FB page. The photographs and videos published on ThePapare.com Facebook page are available for purchase at reasonable rates. So if you want more information on that, you can call 777-822-777 or email it to info@thepapare.com. Well, as we speak, Peter's driving forward. Diet Fernando coming into play. He's got support on his right in the form of Ratnayaka, but then again, Ratnayaka has been brought down. Good defensive play there by Wesley.
And a good turnover by Avishkali.
Turnover there by Wesley College. They have to set it up and get out of jail. It has to be a clear kick. No,
While Peter Gage takes the ball into contact.
So once again, and this time, it seems like he's free. Can he break free? Well, he's got support, but he loses the ball completely. But referee says play on. Ball is not knocked forward. Good defense there by Diet Fernando. But once again, Wesley charging forward. Can he keep the ball inside? Yes. So close. So close. Good momentum there by St. Peter's.
So obstruction called by referee Nimal. So another mistake by Wesley lads.
Well, it was accidental offside, or rather obstruction. Unfortunate. They had a good run, came forward, nicely charged down. They gained about almost 50 meters. That's something you have to talk about.
Yeah, I think Clifford Wesley seems to have a little bit of sparks coming from here and there, but they are failing to capitalize on them and convert into points. So these little sparks need to be converted into points. So very good passage of play by Wesley, but unfortunately an obstruction causing to give the ball to St. Peter's, and here we see St. Peter's with the throw into the line out.
So not a good clearance there by Jai Vikrama. Opting to kick from the right foot, outside of the right foot, instead of coming round the ball, keeping the ball on the right flank, just trying to chip it away. Doesn't gain much yardage, but still, St. Peter's with a throw-in. It's a penalty. Good collection there. This time it was Nanekara. Once again setting up that ball. Beautifully driving forward St. Peter's. Well, it was a loose ball.
So Zayan Zaba managing to collect the ball. It's a bit untidy. Referee has the hand for Wesley. So advantage play. Wesley needs to send it out wide soon. They have numbers outside, but they opt to take it through their forwards. And the referee comes back to the penalty. What will Wesley decide to do? And here we see Wesley opting to take that quick penalty. And as we see Dayan Zaba, the brother of Zayan Zaba, making a very good run. And
he scores!
And he scores. Beautiful bit of passage of play by Wesley. A beautiful run by Zayan Zaba, who has come off the bench in the second half, showing what he could, or showing what he is capable of, just as good as his brother. So very good score by Wesley, and Wesley is right back in the game. 24 points to 15 with the conversion to come just under the post. So very good opportunity and a very well deserved try for Dayan Zaba.
Well, Wesley has been pushing and pushing and pushing, and they make those pressure into points. So there you go. So 2 points added. So it is to be 24-17. Still Peters leading, and still a try away. So Wesley's got the chance. The way, if they're going to continue to play the way they've been playing, so definitely they can turn this around. What do you think, Joel?
I think that was a very structured, very played, and we saw Zaba fending off a few defenders. So Peterites need to get their defense right, and I think Peterites were napping a little. They found themselves a little comfortable with a good lead, but now Wesley right back in the game. Sandesh Jayavikram to restart. He goes in high, and Peters, the ball given to Dennis Gunathilaka. Little bit of scrappy play. St. Peter's get the ball, and St. Peter's will feed into the scrum as a result of a knock-on from one of the Wesley players. So I think the game is back to its balance. So just the gap or the margin closing little by little. So Wesley, if they manage to score in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we have a game on our hands, Clifford.
Well, there you go. If they score, definitely. But the way they've been playing in the second half, definitely they can score. So St. Peter's, they have to regroup. They have to see what's going on. So thanks to Heen Peller's try, they're still in the lead. But they have to regroup and organize St. Peter's. But on the other hand, Wesley, well done lads. They're on a mission and they are playing very well. But in the meantime, St. Peter's breaking forward and chance for them to extend their lead. And seems like it was a free hold there. He saw that, took that chance and drives forward. Can he score? Almost there. Beautiful run there by Javikram and Ratnayaka. Nicely combining.
And St. Peter scores. That's such a very good hit back from the Peterites. We saw the center spotting that gap of Wesley defense.
So nice try there by St. Peter's. They saw that gap and they drove forward. And they finish it off in style.
I think it was Dasanaik who spotted that gap very well. And Wesley, on the other hand, they could not manage the follow-up or the build-up following that great run by Dasanaik. So St. Peter's regaining that lead they had just in the beginning. And now we see Steven Sivaraj stepping up to take another crucial kick. So we see what happened here is Wesley seemed to be a little vulnerable after scoring that great try by Dayan Zaba. So Wesley maybe tried to relax a little, couldn't get things right, and at the cost of their little mistakes, we see St. Peter's taking back to having a good healthy lead. Clifford.
So the try scorer is Dasanayaka, And we saw Jai Vikram and Ratnayaka combining very well to drill through that Wesley defense. They saw that hole and they capitalized on that, gaining yardage and drawing people. And it was a good finish there by Dasanayaka. And Sivraj Stephen with the kick, 24-17. Once again, it's very much kickable distance. And he makes no mistake. 2 more points added. So 31-17 is the score. Peters.
I think Wesley needs to realize they still have enough time if they are to come back to this game. Just two scores could bring them right back in the game. So this kickoff is very important. Wesley needs to put St. Peter's under pressure, pin them back to their own territory and try to score. As we see Wesley going deep, a good chase and a very well cleanly collected ball by the Peterites. Heen Palla giving off to his very powerful forwards who makes good yards, and Heen Palla goes to his box kick. Fernando makes a very cardinal mistake. A knock-on coming by Fernando. Now St. Peter's are with the opportunity to attack.
Well, nice run there by Rodrigo. Good quick hands by St. Peter's. And this time pick up and run by Pereira. Nicely set it up. Ravi Nyapa, the guy who scored 2 tries. Still driving forward St. Peter's. It's a loose ball. Referee says play on, but ball secured. Good dive there by Bian Miller, who is in for Dasanayaka.
So turnover ball coming from Wesley. Very well done by Diane Zaba, the try scorer. And the ball is put up. Heen Palla just going back. And a good chase by Dennis Gunatilaka. But St. Peter's have very well secured the ball, and now they are trying to run it wide through Diat Fernando. The dangerous man tries to run across.
Well, Diat Fernando has space. He can kick and chase, and he's doing it nicely. And this guy, he's got pace, and he's using maximum out of it. Well, he's taking that, and he knew he was chased by a couple of forwards. So therefore, he had the chance, but unfortunately, the kick just simply it found touch. If not, he would have simply chased that ball. He had that pace. So 31-17 St. Peter's. Wesley, they've been attacking from the beginning, Joel. Second half, they had some good runs, but unfortunately, they were not concentrating on their defense as well.
I think Clifford, the critical error Wesley made was their chasers. Only a few players decided to chase the ball. You saw the others napping or caught right behind, which created a big space for Diat Fernando to run across. So Wesley needs to get their kick chasers right. They need to come up in one line. And here we see Zion Zaba breaking out. And we have scrappy play. Ball is on the loose. Fernando chases the ball. Will he manage to pick it up?
Well, chance for him to pick up and run.
And he scores. And we have a game on our hands. Dineru Ranavira, a good follow-up. Good little play by Fernando and Dineru Ranavira. They decided to chase the ball. St. Peter's, on the other hand, couldn't collect the ball cleanly. And Wesley has managed to score. So we see a good battle going on between these two schools. So Wesley right back in the game with a good try. And Avish Kali will try to convert this and bring the game to a very close.
Well, it's 22-31 now. Still about 15 minutes left on the clock plus the injury time. Nicely done by the Wesley three-quarters there. Wow.
Well, that's a very important kick. I think Clifford Avish Kali missed. I think he should have taken a little more time, concentrated, given that they have enough time to score a few more opportunities. So that was that might come back to bite them, because that was a crucial kick that he should have put over. However, the score stands at 31-22. St. Peter's still in the lead.
So 31-22 is the score. Nice passage of play there by Wesley. Second half, they're completely a different outfit. And once again, nice offload, taking it forward.
So there we saw the
Unfortunate.
brother offload into the elder brother. Zayan Zaba taking the ball out, gaining it cleanly and then offload into Zayan. But however, Kavindu Sankalpa not managing to hold on to the ball.
Well, Joel, if you look at Wesley, second half, they're completely a different outfit compared to what they did in first half. But for their bad luck, Peters also scored a couple of tries. And, well, it's good. It's good to see them on an attacking mode. So let's hope they continue like that. But on the other hand, Peters, they have the lead, but they have to be very careful of what Wesley is going to deliver, because you can see how Wesley is pushing forward. It's a loose ball. Hinpella collects it. He has been brought down. Referee says no harm, continue to play, but referee was playing advantage. No hands on the ruck, referee says. Yes. So do you think, considering the Wesley three quarters, they are very much up on the line? And if you look at the field, where you can't see on the screens very much, but then again, on a wide angle, you can see all the Wesley three quarters are charged up. So the Peters three quarters are charged up. So do you think it's a good idea to kick and chase?
Clifford, given with the time and the scoreline, it might be a little more sensible to keep the ball in hand and play. Yes, there are a little bit of patches right or behind the St. Peter's defense of the three quarters, but with the time, Wesley have to score. So I think it will be sensible to keep the ball in play, keep it very close, use a little bit of faces by their forwards, and then send it out wide to their three quarters, who are very capable of.
Well, that makes sense. And Robbie Napa sending it out, this time collected by Pereira, and driving forward, setting up that ball nicely. Can they go for try number 3 the same way they did twice? This is the third one, and Wesley defending very well, but still St. Peter's with the ball, and this time opting to go for Sivraj sending it a cutout pass. Diath Fernando joining in. Diath is drawing 2 players, but he could have offloaded it.
Well, defense from Omar Kutubdin. I think he's told his outside Winthree to take. You see, they drifted the defense out wide, so that was a good little defense by Omar Kutubdin. But still, St. Peter's very much given a good opportunity to attack.
Well, Diath Fernando, when he was drawing those 2 players, Ratnaik was on his right. He could have offloaded it. But unfortunately for Wesley, when they won that ball, but it was pretty much hands on the truck. So referee is awarding a penalty. So chance for St. Peter's once again. So they have the line out inside the 22-meter yard of Wesley College. So that's dangerous for Wesley. They have to get out of that place.
I think we are very much looking at another driving maul coming from St. Peter's. So Wesley needs to defend this driving maul first, and then they will have to look onto the forwards, who will be trying to attack those fringes as they've been doing all this game. So good clean collection by
once again it's Pereira taken down. Bit of messy play there, but again ball secured, and this time it was Dasanayaka once again trying to drive through. No chance, loose ball, referee says plays forward, and Stephen almost there, held back by Wesley. Once again setting up that ruck. Himpella sending it out. This time is Jai Vikrama. Can he score? No, it's a loose ball. Picked up by Wesley. This time turnover. Nice defense. Clean blocked.
Down.
Has he scored? That's the question. Has he scored? Beautifully blocked. But referee says no. So we can see a bit of attacking play there by the Peters three quarters. Coming into play was Javik, Ratnaik and Fernando.
So it's a 22-meter restart. While Peter Gay to take off that restart, he goes a little high and a little deep.
Well, didn't have much plan. He was just kicking that ball. It's not a good thing. And nicely collected by St. Peter's there. This time it was Javikrama and Sivraj sending it to Seram. Seram's been held back. Good tackle there by Wesley. And once again, Heen Palla brought down, held back.
Under pressure.
Coming in for the clear-up work, it's Yapa and Rodrigo going forward. Well, Del Pachitra, in fact, he's been a live wire so far. Fantastically done. Sivraj.
So St. Peter sending the ball out wide to their three quarters. Diath Fernando cutting back in. And here we see Sandesh Jaivikram offloading the ball just as he goes into contact and he loses the ball. And here Wesley will try to outrun, but he steps just outside the line. So line out gifted to Wesley. I think a little bit of scrappy play from both the teams.
Well, nice play there by Peters, driving forward, but equally well defended there by Wesley. They knew what was coming their way. So this time, Wesley defense was very much organized. And you can see a lot of talking going on between the Wesley players. And something that you have to commend is Tyres. He's been a live wire for Wesley. And also Javardhana. And, well, Zubair, once again.
So
somebody you have to talk about. So that's the Wesley lineup. So who's been live and active so far. But as a unit, they've been playing some fantastic rugby the second half. Once again, ball was put in there by Chirampati. Loose ball picked up. Well, Heenpala thought he was through. So referee had to call back play and scrum down in favor of Wesley. So 31-22. And we got about 5 minutes on the clock on the regular time and a little bit of extra time to come, injury time to come. So do you think Wesley has got the firepower to change things around?
In fact, Clifford, if Wesley are to win this game, they need to score in the next 2 minutes because they are 2 scores away. So they need to get this scrum right and they will have to attack from right back from their own half. I don't think they can afford to kick. So Tariq Jurampati put under a lot of pressure by Heenpal, but I think he is offside. So quick tap taken by Sashika Fernando and he is on the attack, and I said they need to score and score right now. So not 10 meters, says referee Dinimal.
Sensible play there by the number 8 Fernando, and this time opted to go for the kick, settled in and beautifully done. Plenty of yardage gain there. So now we are in the 50-meter line, and from there Wesley, they have the ball. It's their throw. So if it is going to be a clean one, they can set up and play. The more important thing, what you mentioned, Joel, is to keep the ball. So Wesley is keeping the ball in this second half. So that is what they can do. That is why they can do all those moves. We can see them driving forward. So once again, it's a long one this time.
Line out coming from the Wesley. Heenpala collecting. Dennis Tagunathilaka collects the kick by Heenpala. And Tariq Jurampati given to Zayan Zaba, opting a little short pass to, and that's a good run coming from Avishkali and followed up by Dineru Jayavira. So good little passage of play by Wesley, but they need to keep the ball in their ruck, but unfortunately they manage. However, the kick goes right into the hands of Omar Kutubdin, who puts it to Avishkali. A good break.
Can he go all the way? He's been brought down.
Just
that was beautiful defensive tackle there by St. Peter's, and beautiful execution there by Wesley as well. They saw that loose ball, and Kutubdin saw the kick was not chased by anybody because the players those were chasing were offside. So he decided to run, and that was beautiful execution and good defensive play there by Wesley. Again, St. Peter's, I think 5 points missed, Joel.
Yes. What matters really here is that every minute that is killed by St. Peter, so going up to a line out will mean that another good minute is gone. So now it's a battle for the time. I think the battle is for time. Wesley 2 scores away. So I think St. Peter's here will try to kill a little time as they go to a line out, and a driving maul is set up. Ravin Yapa with the ball, passing it back to Avishka Heenpala.
So considering the fact it's running out of time, instead of killing time, St. Peter's have to get out of trouble at the moment in order to hold on to that score. But chance for Wesley once again. So we had some fantastic contenders. If you look at Guru Singer has been a live wire, and we saw Ravi Nyapa. Then also we saw Dasanaika. So those were the players who was actually running at it. But the contribution came from the forwards. But this man who stood out, who was actually supporting the forwards, delivering some fantastic tackles, but also defending well.
So good pressure coming from the St. Peter's forward, resulting in a knock-on by Sashika Fernando. So I think that would have been the last opportunity for Wesley. We are probably running into injury time, but now Wesley are 2 scores away. So I think St. Peter's will be a little comfortable now going into this scrum. But nevertheless, we are not aware of referee's clock. So it's important that St. Peter's and Wesley both play right to the whistle.
Well, the final 2 contenders were Ravi Nyapa and Guru Singh. So I would say Guru Singh, who's playing as a flanker for St. Peter's, the man of the match for the day. But as you speak, Wesley has the ball. And
so
this time
Ranavira, a very good run by Dinar Ranavira, offloads to Avantali, and he intends offload to Dennis Gunatilaka. So ball is brought to the ground.
And chance for Wesley. They have to drive forward. They have to reduce the deficit. And Peter's leading at the moment. And referee's giving a penalty. And it's awarded in favor of Wesley.
So Wesley needs to hurry up because the clock is running against them. There are 2 scoring opportunities away.
So the question is, are they going to opt for a kick, or if not, they're going to take a short tap?
Short tap is what it is. And Diane Zaba taking on the line, gaining a few good yards. Tariq Jurampati sending it off to his forwards. So Wesley needs to score and score right now. They could still be in with a good opportunity to close this game. Dennis Gunatilaka coming off the line.
So chance for Wesley this time. Again opting to go on the blind side and held back. Good drive there by Wesley. But refusing to go down, it was Ranavira.
Can Wesley manage? No, it's a turnover. And the lines... And he clears the line. Omar Kutubdin takes the quick line out, decides to run. And what will he do here?
Well, referee says play on. So that's a chance. Not releasing the ball. Committing. Bad timing. Well, this is not the time to commit such things.
So will that be it for Wesley? They had their opportunities, didn't manage to capitalize on them. They've been in the St. Peter's half for a good 5 to 10 minutes, but no points coming up. So 31-22 is the score, and Sandesh puts the ball to touch, and that's the end of the game. So a very good game by St. Peter's and Wesley, both playing with good intent and showing a lot of quality. But St. Peter's coming on top, 31 points to 22, and the man of the match, ST Guru Singh, who was very good in attack as well as in defense. So Clifford, just as we wrap up this game, what are your thoughts, and what could these 2 teams take off before they go to the final match of the Single Schools Rugby League?
Well, coming into this having seen both the teams playing last week, Peters came in as the favourites, but again, there was a gut feeling Wesley might turn things around. But they had a promising start. Within the first 2 minutes, they scored 7 points and unable to capitalize on that lead. But going into half-time, Peters were leading. But second half was completely a different ball game when Wesley came out, and they were pushing and pushing and pushing, and they actually scored 2 tries as well. But on the other hand, in the meantime, while they were pressing forward, and they couldn't keep up with the St. Peter's pressure. But there was shaky moments for St. Peter's, but ultimately, in the end, it's a comfortable win. 31-22 is the final score. Well, thank you very much for joining us. And
before we wrap up, we'll put the stats up, and So if you look at the scoreboard, St. Peter's 31 points to 22. Pete Wright's managing to score 5 tries for as Wesley scored 3. Stephen Sivaraj managing to put over 3 of the conversions as Avantali, who managed to put over 2 conversions and a penalty. And we see Guru Singh, the player of the match. So as we see the stats, we wrap up this game. We will be back live next week with the finals of the Single Schools Rugby League. Till we see you again, Clifford and I will be signing off.
කුහේ ගියත් කොතැන හිටියත් ශ්‍රී ලංකා පිලේ එංගලන්ත සංචාරයේ උණුසුම් අවස්ථා ඔබේ මොබයිල් එකෙන් සජීවීව ඩයලොග් මයි ටීවී වෙතින්ම පමණයි. ඩේටා කාස්තුවක් නොමැතිව දවසටම රුපියල් 333ක් වැනි සුළු මුදලකට ඇති තරම් නරඹන්න. ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ටයිප් කර 82ට SMS කරන්න. ඩයලොග් වෙතින් මයි ටීවී අනාගතය ආදයි.
Michael Jackson for Alaska movie. Malvane kinna sanga.
Navala piti ureni me. Sedava tere ke bo.
Endarango pila, lopura sexarala, loke pretende the video. Yapana ye Rajnikant, yapana ye Rajnikant. Kottave Shahrukh Khan, loke engala bila, loke ta visibila, loke matende the video play. ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉඳන් අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත් ජාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.